In three, two.
Hey, it's your boy Kirk Cousins. I know y'all seen it. I know y'all seen that shit. We beat the Eagles again. Y'all saw that beauty I dropped to Deshaun Jackson. I know it. That shit was fire. He moonwalked into the end zone on his old team. Oh, what's happening, y'all? It's Kirk Cousins, quarterback of the Washington Racial Slurs, introducing y'all to episode 101 of the Chronic College podcast, brought to you by the Coast of the Podcast Network. Dan is around somewhere. We're gonna find him in a minute. But it's your boy K Car, aka Kirk Cousins, aka employee number 8 down in DC. And I'm joined as always in the studio by the homie.
What's up, y'all? I am Jeremy, aka Black Dante, aka Confucius, aka Issa Durag, aka creator of the Ankh Right. What's happening?
Creator of the Unk Right. Hey man, look, first off, I just want to say right fast, shout out to your quarterback, my fellow coworker in the NFL, Matt Ryan, who beat the Rams so bad, along with the Saints, they did the same shit a couple weeks back. Beat the Rams so bad they fired their coach.
Bro,
Fired his ass.
I thought I'd never see the day that Jeff Fisher literally is the epitome of white privilege and white mediocrity
White
working because
mediocrity. I was about to say it. He is a
I,
walking
I
7-9
thought
record, and I'm glad Kirk Cousins, never had to play on the team his ass coached. That
we
is who
all
I am. It is me, Kirk Cousins, quarterback of the Washington Racial Slurs.
we are all thankful that you never had to play on a Jeff Fisher led team. He who is Kirk Cousins. You are he who is Kirk Cousins this week. Whenever y'all win, you are he who is Kirk Cousins. Whenever y'all
No,
lose,
no, no, it ain't got to be all that. But I mean, y'all saw what I did to the division rival, Philadelphia Eagles.
now he who is Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
We have to quote him my work bay. If we're gonna tell the story, we got to tell the whole story.
All right. Well, holla at me. What's up? What's
Was
that?
that not while you did play good? He who was Kirk Cousins.
Uh huh.
That was also the Eagles losing in the most eagleless ass fashion.
You think I give a fuck? They lost. That's all I'm worried about.
That
That's
was
all
the
I'm worried
most
about, homeboy. I'm getting these checks
eagleless.
and throwing these touchdowns to Deshaun Jackson and Jordan Reed and them. And it is me, Kirk, making it happen.
Well, Kirk, from what I've been told, you can't stay long. But unlike last time when you showed up out of nowhere, we actually do have some interview questions ready for you.
Oh shit! Here we go. Let's do it.
For he who is Kirk Cousins, he who is
What's
Kirk
that?
Cousins. Why? How, why is there some kind of friction between the receiving coach? Because it seems like that young man Jordan Reed is pretty goddamn good at playing the game of football. And is it a controversy within the receiving core that he does not get the ball more often?
Man, look. Let me put it to you like this. I throw the who's open. We run plays. We got route trees. We got people that we look for. And every week it's been somebody. And these guys, they know what's up. Some weeks it's Jameson Crowder. Some weeks it's Deshaun Jackson stretching the defense. Sometimes it's Jordan Reed working the middle. Sometimes it's the running backs doing their thing, getting busy in the passing game. And some weeks, I mean, hey, it's even Pierre Garcon's time to shine. Who would have thought? But this is where we are. So, with that said, I get it. Guys get frustrated. They want the ball early, they want the ball often. It helps to get the receivers, going in a groove. They want the target techniques. I get that. But what they got to understand is it's never personal. It's not like I'm saying, oh, well, this week I don't want to throw to Jameson, so I won't. Or I don't want to throw to Jordan, so I won't. And look, I get it. A lot of people got Jordan Reed on their fantasy football team. They were told he would be the second best tight end, not named Gronkowski. Now that Gronk is hurt, poor guy. Um, they saying, oh, Jordan Reed should be the top dog. He should be the top dog. And I get it. I would love for him to be the top dog, but you gotta understand. There's professionals on the other side of the ball too. So when the defense rolls to him, I can't force him the ball anyway. That's how we start taking L's. Like the Saints, for example, trying to force the ball to one guy who complained in public, made a cryptic Instagram post, and now all of a sudden, Saints offense can't find his ass in the bottom of a toilet seat. So what do? You give and you take. Some weeks it's gonna be your week, some weeks it's gonna be his week, some weeks it's gonna be their week. Some weeks the defense is gonna have our number. We just gotta live with it.
He who is Kirk Cousins.
What's up?
Second question. Second question. Second question. With the way your division is set up, do is there any foreseeable outcome? You got a tough schedule coming up, Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
Who out of your division, not named the Cowboys, obviously, is going to win the wild card?
At this point, I mean, you got to look at the Giants. They just beat the Cowboys again, swept their ass. That's the only 2 losses on the season. We couldn't pull it off, but it's possible we both could it's possible we both could do it. The NFC South is, if it's going to be a second team from any other division, it's going to be the NFC South because the Bucks and the Falcons are playing good ball right now, and they're going neck and neck. So we kind of staring up at them. And the Giants, I mean, don't look now, but they've won, plenty of games in a row, and they starting to turn it on at the right time of the year. So we've seen this from the Giants before. They kind of flounder a little bit in December. They find themselves a little bit, and they get hot. And next thing you know, they're beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl. So I mean, let's not pretend like we don't know what could happen. Let's just say that we not exactly cheering for that.
He who is Kirk Cousins.
So if we could bump them out, that would just be great. That's all.
He who is Kirk Cousins.
What's up?
Do you see Jeff Fisher getting another coaching opportunity, and where?
This is what I hope happens to Jeff Fisher as a quarterback in the NFL, one of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the league, and one of the better ones this season at that. This is what I hope happens to Jeff Fisher. I hope a team hires him. Let's say that team is Jaguars or the 49ers or I don't know. Let's say one of those teams hires him. He loses one game, sets that record for most losses, and he just fired his ass. That would be my dream come true. Because I saw the news. I mean, after my victory that I led my team to yesterday, I'm watching, the updates and stuff, and I see that, Lord Jesus, there's a fire. Oh no, Jeff Fisher is the fire. He has been fired. Oh no, what do we do?
He was Kirk Cousins. Next question.
Yes. What's up?
Is there any possible way that the Cleveland Browns win a game this year? He who was Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, still me.
He who was Kirk Cousins. What sport? What sport do you like to play in your downtime that is not football? In your leisure time, what is your second favorite sport?
Let me tell you something, partner. I got a mean 3-point jump shot.
So you Kyle Korver, he who was Kirk Cousins.
You got to compare me to the white guy? That's what you're doing now? I couldn't be Steph Curry?
I mean, Kurt. Steph got a ring. I mean, he ain't got one yet, Kurt. I mean, I'm just saying. Just saying, Kurt.
Dig that hole deeper, my friend. Dig that hole deeper. Sorry, I had to be the white guy. Okay. All right.
He who was Kirk Cousins.
What?
He who was Kirk Cousins. What is your opinion on? We're gonna get a little political here. What is your opinion on this so-called rise of the quote-unquote alt-right? He who was Kirk Cousins.
When I think about the alt-right, I think there's some stupid asses. I
mean, the alt-right. He who was Kirk Cousins.
Oh, I thought you wanted to ask about the thing you invented. Okay, cool.
No. We need that for that.
Okay. All right. So the who? The alt, right?
They call themselves
what are they alt from? I mean, fuck. Let's call them what they are. They're racist shitbags. I mean, alt right. What do they want? A politically correct name? I thought they hated politically correct names. Like, why are they alt right? I mean, that'd be like Dan Snyder growing a backbone and changing the name of the team I play for. Like,
He was Kirk Cousins. Do you think that'll ever happen in your lifetime?
Man, I sure as hell hope so. I'm sick of people, and it's not their fault. I'm just sick of the fact that it has to be a thing at all. I think that there's a lot of things we can call our team and keep these colors, frankly, because I like the maroon and gold. It's kind of lit, but there's things we can call our team name and not be that. Come on, like there's a lot of good mascots still out there that ain't nobody using, and it could be better than the Texans. You feel me?
I understand. He who is Kirk Cousins. All right, he who is Kirk Cousins. I got one more question, and then I think we need Daniel if you can find him somewhere, unless he trapped in the wind tunnel. I got one more question.
Okay.
Let's see. It is 2020 president. Who should run?
Me?
No further questions. He who is Kirk Cousins. No further questions. Thank you so much for your time. He who was Kirk Cousins.
Well, damn, I couldn't even say who my vice president was going to be. Damn, okay, all right, fine. Fuck it, I'm gone.
Well, who's your vice president? He who was Kirk Cousins.
No, too late now. Too late. You said one more question. And you kicked me off the air when I said me. Like I shouldn't be confident in my ability to run the country better than the asshole we just elected.
Fair point. He who was Kirk Cousins. Fair point.
I mean, don't y'all motherfuckers love Joe Biden? And y'all ain't care about my vice president? Okay, all right. Cool. Okay. Cool.
Thank you so much, he who was Kirk Cousins.
Yeah,
we'll have you back next week when hopefully y'all win again, so you can talk more trash.
That's right.
And hopefully we'll have our third unofficial co-host back, who is also a fan of the team that you are professional quarterback for. He who was Kirk Cousins, and we can have more fun.
Cheer. 100 emoji.
Thank you, he who was Kirk Cousins. Could you bring back Dan, please?
All right, hold on one second. Hey, everybody, what I missed?
Brother Daniel.
Seems like me and Kirk Cousins are never in the same room, asshole.
Right. Y'all never in the same place. Just kind of like Terrence Howard in The Weeknd. Never in the same place. Never in the same place. Never seen y'all in the same place. I don't know what's up with that.
That's so weird, though, because, like, The Weeknd, he got that whiny singing voice. But it works for him, I guess, like, in terms of, like, the shit he be singing about, stuff like that. But Terrence Howard just be whining when he talk. Like,
Terrence Howard
the interview that Jamie Foxx did where he was making fun of him was dead on.
Golden. One of them.
Oh, Ray, what's going on with you, Ray, man? It's a good game, man. I hope you can see it, man.
Like, Terrence Howard always sounds like he reading a slave monologue.
You know what?
I mean, but Dan, go ahead and introduce yourself. You didn't even do your AKAs because Kirk.
What's happening, y'all? This is Dan, aka Jamarcus, aka my Saints are Tritash, aka who we picking in the 2017 draft, aka yeah, I'm looking forward to that shit already, aka just beat the Falcons and put me out of my fucking misery already because y'all niggas suck. AKA fuck, go Pelicans, I guess. Shit.
Anthony Davis.
And nobody else.
Anthony Davis, president 2020.
And Anthony Davis and fucking band of misfits.
The New Orleans Pelicans really are like the Temptations. And Anthony is David Ruffin. I'm Anthony Davis, and these are the Pelicans. I mean, I can't talk shit. For one of my teams, that literally is it with Russell. This is Russell Westbrook and the Temptations.
See, I need to be like you. I need to just give me a second favorite basketball team and combine. Maybe I could cheer for 5 competent basketball players who give a fuck.
And the house are a dumpster fire, so there's that. So whatever.
I don't know. Like,
I mean, I'm not optimistic. I mean, you know me. You know me. You know I ain't optimistic. You know this.
You're just an old nigga for no reason, man. I mean, y'all playing 500 ball right now. That's good enough to get you the 3rd seed in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference anyway.
Yeah, to get swept by the Cavs again.
Y'all wouldn't even see the Cavs though. That's the thing. I might even win a series.
Yeah, we
I mean, yeah, okay.
in theory.
You're gonna get steamrolled by the Cavs if y'all should meet up eventually. Like
Exactly.
nobody is saying that won't happen, but
Right. Like my heart can't take it again. But anyway, so
I mean, y'all losing to the Magic right now. That should count for 3 losses, but okay. That aside,
to be quite, I, I mean, you won't get an argument with him. But
I mean, shout out to 8-year-old me who briefly liked the Orlando Magic, but yeah.
yeah, there was a time. There was a time when the Magic were good. What a time.
I just liked them because the black and blue uniforms was fire. They had Shaq. It was a good ass time in
Yeah,
Orlando.
I was going to say back when they had Shaq, I think everybody, at least if you weren't a Magic fan, you would at least enjoyed the Magic because of Shaq.
Right, you fucked with the squad a little bit at least.
Right.
But yeah, then they let him walk, and then Penny came back too early from an injury to play in the fucking All-Star game like an idiot. Hurt himself, never was the same. And
Right.
anyway, fuck it. We know how the Magic story's been. They made the finals in '09. They ain't really been hitting all shit since. Anyway,
To be quite honest. But all right, man, we got some shit to talk about. So the if you didn't know, at least for me on the Twitters, it's been a hell of a damn week for
oh
me.
boy, your mention's been on fire lately. Like I don't go scouring people mentions no shit like that, but I can tell by how much you at people individually, how much attention the mentions is getting.
Bro, my mentions have been on fucking fire since oh shit.
What,
I
last
only
Monday?
Yeah, last Monday when I tweeted that shit. So for those of y'all who listen to this show and you can spread it around, I think it's gotten some brevity,
You got
some
no
legs,
brevity. You got some staying power. That's what it got.
some legs under it now. Last
Got the
Monday,
opposite of brevity.
last Monday or Sunday, whichever one it was. I think it was Monday.
It was on the weekend. Whatever.
Yeah. So I tweeted that that I was gonna start calling hotels the Ankh right. And nigga, when I tell
Which is
you,
fucking beautiful, by the way, dog. That shit is perfect.
like, I don't even know. Like, I really don't. Like, it's not because somebody asked me like, how the hell did I come up with this? It was really like, it wasn't some deep, moment or some catharsis that I had. I'm just like, okay, what can I play? What other than Hotep can I say? Because at first I thought of like, because I think I actually said as a matter of fact it was it was our 100th episode that we did, and I said it was something Lene was talking about. I think I said Black Right or something when she was talking about them niggas from New York. And I said Black Right then, and then Monday last Monday I was like, what? Black Right? That would be too plain. What can I think of? Can't be a hotel. What else can do I think of when I think of niggas that talk about how much alkaline is in our diets and shit? Ankh. And Ankh Wright was born, and nigga, my mention's been on so much goddamn fire, nigga. I think the funniest thing was that whoever that dude was that said I let Nelson Mandela down. That was probably the highlight of the past week.
Shit.
With that man,
let Nelson Mandela down, dog. Nelson Mandela didn't give a fuck about Republican leaning politics, dog. He didn't give a fuck about right wing.
No, what was tripping was that
Nelson Mandela wasn't no goddamn conservative.
No, he didn't even fuck with niggas from Africa like that all the way.
Right.
He said, no, what was killing me was it's like the dude, whoever the guy was, like he came in my mentions literally on all caps. And what was funny was when you look at his bio, Like he had all the classic Twitter scammer jobs in his bio.
Yeah, he had all the tales of a fuck nigga, basically.
Entrepreneur, um, um, director, um, of course he had Hotep in his bio. And shit. Like he had all the classic. He had all the classic signs of a nigga outside of a gas station selling you a mixtape and a kente cloth. Like he had all the signs. That probably was the funniest thing. But yeah, even like I know. Shout out to Steen. Like when I first started, she said that I needed to put the shit in my bio. And also shout out to the Shantae Fabulous. I was on single simulcast
Single simulcast
with them
Rashani and Shanta Fabulous.
Yes, I was on their show, and she actually, when I said that shit too, she was like, "It's gonna catch on." And I eventually put it in my bio that I started a joke and I let Nelson Mandela down. But like, dog, it's just so fitting because like when you really break down a lot of these Hotep niggas, they literally are like the black supremacists of black people. Like the respectability, the extraness, the misogyny.
And everything is a fucking secret to something else, and everything is a distraction from everything else. It's like if this is a distraction from that, and that's a distraction from that, and that's what the fuck is actually not a distraction at this point? Like,
bro, I think
them niggas love that shit. Wow, you talking about blah blah blah? Hey, you ain't realized that da 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 didn't happen. It's like you didn't realize it either, nigga. You wasn't talking about it.
I think and we're gonna actually talk briefly about this nigga in a minute. Like, bro, I think the one today that had me rolling was a nigga said that people were mad at Kanye West for meeting with Trump, but you still out here buying Jordans. Nigga, what is the correlation?
Ain't none.
Like, nigga, what are you doing?
Like, ain't none. There's 2 dots in a cornfield, dog. Ain't no kind of correlation.
Like, what the hell are you doing? It's like, bro, and I know some people, like to say, hey, originally Hotep had this meaning and blah blah blah.
It did, and I went to Morehouse, and it's one of the things they teach you. And actually, let me just shut up. But yeah, it's one of the things they teach you about.
And I get it, I really do, because as I'm growing, and especially growing in these spaces and these circles, I will call a spade and call bullshit, but to a degree, I'm less ready to just like quote unquote attack, so to say. Right. But with that said, while I get the origin, it's also, bro, get your people. Get your cousins, because your cousins is out here basically promoting anti-blackness in the form of pro-blackness and claiming either, this, trace back to Africa and Egypt with kings and queens and Amistad and all this shit. It's like, get your people. So yeah,
it was all kings and queens. No, nigga, we were not all kings and queens. There were some like, who were, then the rest of us was regular niggas working 9 to 5.
Right. Some of us were the nigga outside the club selling roses. Like, come on. It's like, what are you doing? Some of us was out here dressed like Aaron Hall was at the Soul Train Awards. Like, come on, like, what are you doing? Like, not all.
We wasn't all kings and queens, my nigga. It
like, not all of us.
It wasn't 20 people like sharing the title and shit. Come on now.
Right. Some of us were not kings and queens, my nigga. Some of us were broke boys and Instagram models. Like, no. And right, that's nigga, okay, because we not
you come like some of you niggas come from a line of assistant pimps, like straight up, like. And that's cool. It's cool to be an assistant pimp. It means somebody to shake the powder in their hand too. It might have been your daddy.
Look, all I'm saying is some of us come from a line of synthetic wigs, and that's okay. That is okay, because we are not a monolith, and that does not mean we are less than. All I'm saying is some of us, look, we gotta know our role.
Right, your value comes in being the hype man of the fan sometimes. And,
right, look, everybody can't be Jordan. Some niggas was Stockton. Okay.
Some niggas was Pippen, and some of you motherfuckers was Randy Brown. Y'all got to dribble the ball a couple times tonight. It's a couple threes, and that was your night.
Look, some of us were Oakley, okay, and that's okay. That's okay. Look, not everybody was Beyonce. Some people were Michelle, and some people were Toya, and that's okay. All right, we are not all kings and queens. Some of us can't even spell the word queen. Okay, it's okay,
KUW.
bro. That is okay. All right, you do not have to be out here acting like you. You do not have to be out here in.
Telling lies. Let's just say that. You ain't got to be out there telling lies.
Right, you do. You do not have to be out here in a goddamn kufi and a Kimmel and Timberland boots talking about we gonna build a bridge back to Africa. You do not have to do that. All right, that's all we saying, people.
That's
All we saying. You do not have to. You do not have to be out here being a head ass. Speaking of head ass, so today was a lot of Monday on a Tuesday.
Dog. That's why I ain't been home all damn day.
Because that and you was out here doing chores. You been gone like all day, bro. Like, cause normally when we record, we at least like powwow. Like, I'll be at work getting paid to tweet and shit. So, there's that. But at the very least, we at least communicate, especially on days we record, because we be busy throughout the week. Especially you being the Uber champion of the West Coast on the weekends. So, like,
trying
bro,
to be, dog. Just trying to get these checks, man. Trying to make enough money to where I ain't paying too much in taxes, who I can live right too. That's all it is.
Hello, keep getting checks, boy.
Side hustling.
But, bro, today been a hell of a Monday on a Tuesday, cause we had
now that I really think on it.
We had a lot going on.
Think on this.
Speaking of Unc Wright. Don't email us. But it's been a hell of a. You know what? It's been a hell of a day, especially for black men, cause shit, we got a lot, and we ain't got to talk about all this shit at one time, cause I think you got to go soon anyway. But just in general, like we got.
Sorry, I got my partner in crime tag in tonight. So.
Yes. We ain't gonna tell you who the partner in crime is. It's just whenever they decide to tag in, they gonna just swoop in like a very robust, voluptuous ninja.
Matter of fact, really, they could come through now, cause
you gotta go.
No, I ain't gotta go. We just talking shit now. We might as well just.
What's up?
Hey.
It's Mel, y'all.
The illustrious, the indubitable.
The voluptuous ninja.
Gonna make up all of the Emmett Smith words to describe you. How you doing, baby?
Hey,
oh my goodness.
For real though, Emmett Smith really do be pulling out words that don't exist. He really do.
He's like
that nigga is like a bizarro wordsmith.
He's like the Oswald Bates of the NFL. That's not a.
Oh shit. Oh.
And then you just like he says the shit, and the person he's talking to like just freezes because they're trying to figure out. I don't think those are actual words.
Emmett Smith uses words that describe what Michael Irvin wears,
and he says, it with such conviction that now they're actually words.
Yeah,
like it wasn't
confident cheese and them made up words, boy.
It wasn't even a word 20 seconds ago, but now he put so much power behind it. It's like, oh fuck it.
He's like the he's like the Barack Obama of getting you to believe words that don't exist.
That's I don't think cacophony is a thing, Emmett, but we're just now it is, and I just need you to tell us what it is so we can write to Webster. Thanks.
Right. We just need you to say what it is so we can put it in the dictionary and run with it. We tell us what it is so we can use it in a sentence.
Because I don't want you to have me out here looking stupid in public.
Look, now, tell us what it is, use it in a sentence, and give us a synonym for it, and then we'll be good to go.
Mm-hmm.
So we have the voluptuous ninja, and like I always stunt, my work bae, we have Mel with us, ladies and gentlemen. Clap, clap.
Hi guys.
So there will be no perfect of a time for Mel to just jump in because one, she's the producer, and two, I
Oh,
mean, it's
okay.
it's it's Mel. Like, why wouldn't we have her here?
right?
That's true
So
too.
it was
All these things are
I
true.
mean, the Bad Advice Show. Shout out to Gordon and Gordon Baker
keep
Bonus
Gordon
Grill.
off the streets,
Please keep going off the streets. My poor
woman.
baby.
Whoever you
Oh,
are, will
Miss Lady,
we look
Yes,
we
you beautiful Dominican goddess.
look
Please.
we here at the CSPN do not know you personally, but please take Gordon back on behalf of all of
please,
us
pretty please.
at
It,
the
let me tell you
I do
something.
not need Gordon being Otis this whole holiday season. Goddamn it.
No spring. Let me tell you something. He's gonna be fine right now. Spring, it's gonna be a cruel, cruel summer if Gordon is on the streets. I'm telling y'all that right now.
Listen,
Hide your hoes.
look, Gordon. Look, we gonna cover Carl Thomas' Emotional album on the last episode. Gordon is gonna be by spring. Gordon is gonna be that cold, cold world track. That's what Gordon is gonna be.
Oh my goodness. I'm really worried about everything that's gonna happen to my poor Gordon.
Please take Gordon back, young lady, whoever you are. Again, on behalf of everyone here on the CSPN and on Twitter as a collective, please take Gordon back.
Because he
Please,
is sorry. He is really sorry. He just don't know how to say stuff, but he's sorry, man.
Yeah, he regrets and is remorseful for all of the things that he don't know that he has done or did or will do in the future.
look,
And
Gordon is still on that grandpa plan, so he can't get a smartphone to download Lenny Williams and sing it to you. But please take him back, please.
That's really all I want for Christmas.
right,
Yes, that's
like I don't even want nothing personal.
All I
Like
want for Christmas is for Gordon to get his bay back.
yes,
because we do not need Gordon on the streets. Please,
We
no,
don't.
no, no,
That's
no,
not
no.
good for anybody. It's not good for you. It's not good for him. It's not good for society at large. Please.
Please.
we
Please, ma'am. This is it's like low key. I don't want to pressure you, but it's low key your civic duty.
I'm
To
not
if we're
trying
Like
to
being
you have
pressure
an
you.
you have an obligation as an American
to please take Gordon back, please.
to get
Yes,
Gordon off the streets.
Oh Lord.
we're making an
But
impassioned we're making an impassioned plea to
But
you. Please, ma'am, lady, woman, who we don't know from. We can't pick you out of a lineup, but
but
we know
please
this
just take
much.
Gordon back,
You're number one in
please.
Gordon's heart. So please, 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 if you can find it in
Yes.
you, if there's a heart to be had and to be held on Christmas Eve, that you would do this for our friend, just so he don't go something
Becomes
vital on
Carl
all of us.
Thomas.
and maybe for us a little bit. Do it for us a little bit. We're nice people.
We like to
Yeah,
say a
yeah. I
happy
mean,
story.
we good. I mean, here we are. We dialoguing with you. We don't even know you. So all three of us would love for you to take him back.
We would
Please. All
love,
tree.
please take Gordon back so we can put some respect on your name and respect these streets and keeping him off of them. Namaste. But
Amen and shit.
Yeah.
Amen.
that's a black man that we like. Black men that we don't like been fucking up out you.
Well, I mean, that's not new.
It ain't. It ain't.
Mister, we are one race, the human race himself. That's what we about to talk about now.
We about to talk about a lot of motherfuckers. So
Oh boy.
it started with this. It started with Kanye West meeting with the Cheeto today.
Cheeto Benito.
Cheeto Benito. Cheeto Benito today. Then
Lord.
Ray Lewis and Jim Brown met with him.
What?
With yeah. With
Yeah.
Omarosa tagging
Oh, you've
along.
been busy today.
I've been on
That's
the move,
right.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I have no knowledge of this. I have nothing to disavow because I have nothing to
And
avow in the first damn place.
they met to talk about race and fixing in the Cheetos words, the African Americans.
Oh, well, that's dope.
Right, because that's like fixing, like the Legos or some shit, right? Or
Like, is he gonna fix me personally? Because I have a knee that's like really
I will
banged.
give you I read the article about Jim Brown and Ray Lewis. Kanye, of course, in typical Kanye fashion, had a damn rant, which wasn't that long, surprisingly, about why he met with Donald Trump. But Ray Lewis and Jim Brown, basically this is what their meeting was. Praise Donald Trump. Congrats on being the elect. Fix the inner cities. Chicago. Poverty. That was it. That was it. It's kind of like with Hillary, like with people say, Benghazi emails. That basically they had an All Lives Matter meeting with the Cheeto, and they hit every point that the All Lives Matter people hit. So there you go. And Kanye said he wanted to meet with Donald Trump because it was important to talk to the future president of the United States in an open dialogue to inspire change and talk about multiracial being the treatment of multiracial people in America.
Kanye just wanted to meet with Donald Trump because Jay-Z was friends with Barack Obama and he wants to say he got a president too. That's the fuck off. You
I
got
was about to say that shit because Kanye never had that,
President my friend.
and that's even with Obama being from Chicago too. So
Well,
yeah,
you
Kanye.
remember Barack Obama called him an idiot.
Well, I mean,
No, he said
wrong.
he was a
Like
jackass. No, not the jackass.
jackass. That's what it
Asshole.
was.
Jackass.
He
Yeah.
was an asshole.
I mean, he wasn't wrong.
You're
So
right,
like,
right, right.
And this was right at the beginning of Kanye going
Full of
Kanye.
Kanye.
This was yeah. That's when he was only like a quarter Kanye.
yeah,
Right.
he
He
He was
hadn't
just
gone full
high.
terminal Kanye yet.
he was like 3/5 Kanye.
Oh
Speaking
my
of,
god.
why did Kanye go meet with the Cheeto dressing like he was only 3/5 of a person?
Cause man, that's all a nigga know. What the fuck you mean? What kind of question is that? He is not the Louis Vuitton down no more. He is not the pink polo for show no more. He is not the motherfucking Versace, Margiela, Balenciaga. He's not that motherfucker no more. That nigga is wearing the shit that the people on Chrono Trigger, when you get to the future and it's all dystopian and fucked up, he's wearing the shit that they be wearing.
He's the alderman of Alderaan.
That nigga is burlap sack, no tour. Like you want to say no, that nigga's no tour.
Yeah,
Yeah, why he wore that? Nigga ain't got no choice. The nicest shit he wore all year was that I feel like Kobe shirt at Kobe last game.
he really
And even that was ugly because the shit was all caps and old English. And anybody who does typeset knows better than the all caps old English or any kind of script. Dumbass.
But yeah, it's just like we said. I said on the last episode. I think when Mel was with us and we talked about Kanye. Like, I really ain't got enough for him. I was mostly just here for the jokes because, oh my god, you Black Twitter, you creative ain't shit motherfuckers. Like
Right?
y'all, like the memes, the jokes. Like a couple of people said, because it was a picture in the side by side of him and Donald Trump. And they said, "What's the name of this mixtape?" And shout out to XD. And XD said, "Watch the option block, nigga." When I tell you, I hollered at the muffle my laughter at work. Oh, you creative, terrible human beings. Oh my god. But yeah, it's just I really ain't got enough for Kanye, and like a couple. And I'm not using this pejoratively because do have some people that I'm close to, that I admire, that I like, I respect, that are Kanye fans, stands, whatever. And like I get it. I get it. And I was talking about this on Single Simulcast. Like, when it's your fave, nobody wants to be seen as ugly. To varying degrees, a lot of us do it. Like, I get it. I do. At the same time, you gotta take that L. Like your man's like, and it ain't even like, of course we talking about Kanye, but like just anybody, like fucking. I mean, I expect, like you telling me Ray Lewis met with Donald Trump is like par for the course if we be in 100. Like that doesn't surprise me. Jim Brown did surprise me.
Yeah.
Now that did surprise me, but it's like, dog,
Nigga, my quarterback represents all lives matter genes. And then, since he didn't think we got the motherfucking message, actually said all lives matter. So you don't have to tell me how I feel about my fucking face. Because I have offered to be Britney and Drew Brees' wet nurse several times.
Did
So
you
that
say?
my QB have excellent titties at his disposal at all times. So I don't fuck around with Drew Brees, but that's what he did.
Man, did you say all lives matter jeans?
What the fuck is fucking Wranglers? Isn't it Wranglers? Isn't that what him and Brett Favre
Yeah, him and Brett Favre.
Yeah. Fuck them jeans and his opinions. Look, nigga, if you ain't handing flour and candy to sick kids, I really don't want to hear what the fuck Drew Brees gotta say. Please, my nigga, just stick to these
Drew
make
Brees
a
has
wish.
led an offense to 13 and 11 points in the last 2 weeks. He can really shut the fuck up. But on that note, y'all, I gotta go because I made it to my destination early for once. So,
all right.
On that note,
give the people a parting shot, Dan. Me and Mel got it from here. Oh shit.
My Saints ain't shit. That's all I got.
Hi, man. I love you.
All right, love y'all.
Oh shit. All right. You ready to ride this thing on out work, baby?
I sure the hell am, boo.
Oh shit. I swear to God, I cannot stand you and I love you so much. Fucking all lives matter.
I am who I am, and Mel, I know what it is.
With the cuffs and the extra large hands belt buckle.
Absolutely. Isn't that the one with like the U in the crotch?
Yes.
Yeah. Because at Wrangler, we want you to know that we thinking about your dick. Like, what the fuck is
Wrangler? You know what? Wranglers are the gray sweatpants for white people.
Wranglers, where we were thinking about your dick.
Wranglers, where all crotches matter.
Jesus.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So like, we go out for our faves. I get it.
Right. I
gave Kanye a lot of room just based on college dropout alone.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, like, based on his old shit, I think a lot of us gave him a lot of leeway room. I really did.
But I feel like now he's just doing shit to give material to his shitty ghostwriters, because like in the next month we're gonna have some music about
Kirk Cousins represent.
You asshole. What a douche canoe. Jesus.
This guy. But yeah, like, I get it. Like I said, I said it on Single Simulcast. I say it again here. Like, when it's our fave, nobody wants to be seen as ugly. And I said there, like, and Shantae said this too. It's like, a lot of times we are so afraid of people thinking we're ugly because we support somebody that's problematic and fucked up and ugly. We're afraid to take that L. Like, again, I get it. I get it. With that said, like, go ahead.
I think that plays into standing in general, and that's why standing is so. The funny part about standing is you've aligned yourself so much with this person that you start just like absorbing their choices to the point that you don't feel like you can say, "Hey, this is not fucking K."
Right.
And move on. I think we just identify with these people that we're fans of so hard that it's like a personal part of us, the fact that we like them. And like you said, we don't want to be seen as ugly, but don't take those things on. Don't take, like, there are certain things that I'm not gonna address. Like, I was a huge R. Kelly fan. I was an enormous R. Kelly fan, to the point where, you know, I was like, okay, maybe this is just a rumor. This is not true. You know, people are just saying that. And then it's like, okay, no, this is what happened. And that was it for me. So there are things like, and that's my personal thing. I don't want to get into who, you know, supports R. Kelly or doesn't support R. Kelly. I don't actually care. I'm saying for me, I don't do it.
Right.
And that was like the line for me. But outside of that, like when there are certain things like with the Drew Brees shit and the All Lives Matter shit, you know, I have my jokes, but there's also, okay, that's something that I kind of figured about him, and it's really fucked up. I actually called him out on it.
Yes, you did.
A
Several
lot of
people,
fans did.
a lot of Saints fans that I follow, you, Misha, Dan,
Yeah.
y'all lit his ass up.
Yeah, it's, I mean, because it's, you
And
know,
I get it, because like, I mean, I do the same with my quarterback. I mean, if we're being completely honest, like, I mean, Matt Ryan looks like
okay,
he
so
knows
we're
something.
not going to act. I'm just joking. I was about to have some mad Ryan jokes, but I'm gonna let it rock.
Of course. It wouldn't be you if
I
you
mean,
didn't.
we're not even gonna put him in the same, like, it's like,
Please.
I don't know.
Please.
It's like Jesus and then like your favorite Starbucks barista. It's just not the same. It's just not the motherfucking same. But go ahead.
It wouldn't be you if you didn't. It wouldn't be you.
I couldn't let it rock. I tried for a second and then I was like, nah.
The petty in you would not let that ride.
No, and it's so overpowering, you know.
Why must I love you so?
If you cracked that mystery, there would be a lot of happy fellows out there. But anyway, go ahead.
This is true. But yes, like if it's Matt Ryan or shit, fuck it. Anybody on the Hawks or even, well, I know Russell wouldn't do it, but like anybody on the Thunder, like if they said some All Lives Matter shit, I will light into their ass too, because it's like it's some shit I just cannot fuck with. You know what I mean? And that, like, since we're talking about all these black men that went to meet with Trump, like, okay, like if, and I say this on Twitter, like if you are the type of nigga or you comfortable with a nigga that's okay with having conversation with a motherfucker that clearly does not respect your humanity or the humanity of other people that he's offended on his campaign, we just two different breeds of nigga. Like, you know, hey, do you, you know, good luck to you. We just two different breeds of nigga, and I mean,
I think
it is
though,
what it is.
I think the way this is, I think if I'm going to be fair about it, I think part of the reason this is framed the way it is because of who was meeting with him. Not so much Jim Brown. I think that there's a serious level of respect for Jim Brown, where we know that he's done other acts that make us, you know,
While it's questionable, it's still some level of,
there's a legitimacy to him to a certain extent. But when you start looking at like Ray Lewis, who, if I can't remember, maybe Ray Lewis wasn't All Lives Matter. I don't want to say that he was, because was he? Because like, I do not want to have to fight fucking Baltimore behind this shit. But I kind of thought
you can see them to my mention, because not only was he All Lives Matter, but he was also black on black crime. He actually did say
that's right, because I gave it to him. Yeah, I had fun on Twitter that day. I had fun with old slicing, dicing. Okay. Slicing and dicing Ray. So yeah, so I mean, so there's that, and there's Kanye, who has just gone totally off the reservation. He's just, you know, he's gone. And so when you look at those people, that's more the reason why people were like, what the fuck is happening? And then I also think that the timing is off, because we just had to deal with that shit with that that, you know, that bitch. I don't give a fuck about her name really, but you know who I'm talking about. Her. And so you've got like
a whole
what's that, Charlemagne and Trevor Noah kissing her ass, and then you got these motherfuckers meeting with Donald Trump. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? At the same time, I think if there were if it was another personality that was there, I think if say Jesse Williams was there, um, that's the only black person I could think of right now. But if he was there, I don't think the reception, I don't think the reception would have been the same. I don't think the perception rather would have been the same. Um, just
And
because there's a level of
benefit of the
authenticity
doubt.
to what he does. So someone I think that had a more authentic background where we could identify with what they were about. I think that would have been a different reception. But we looking at these motherfuckers, and it's it just doesn't seem. And it's not anybody who like in 2016. Nobody thinks Kanye West is a serious person.
This is true. This is true.
I feel like North probably face mushes him sometimes. Like
I'm
the only
pretty.
person that takes Kanye West seriously is him and Kim, and maybe the baby.
I seriously think North shades the fuck out of that nigga on a regular basis.
Yeah. So
I
I
I, I
mean,
seriously do.
you know, so it's just it's people that you can't like. They're doing things that you just can't take them seriously. They I don't to my knowledge they don't have any work for like Ray and Kanye don't have any work behind them that really says anything positive that we could expect anything positive. We just see them nodding to black on black crime. That's all I see when the that Alonzo Mourning gif where he's kind of like shaking his head on the sidelines and then
You're
he
right.
like yeah. like you can imagine them like once it gets to black on black crime, that's what the fuck they're doing.
Right.
So I don't I don't buy it, but I also don't care anything about what Kanye is doing right now. I hope whatever he's going through, because he was just under medical care. I hope that just from a human standpoint, that he works that out, that he gets whatever help that he needs. But from an entertainment standpoint, from a public interest standpoint, I'm just not interested in what Kanye West is doing.
Yeah, it's like we said before. I ain't got nothing for him.
I still haven't listened to Saint Elsewhere, or whatever the fuck he called that last
Ah,
album. Give a shit.
say this, well, man. What are you doing?
I cannot even. Petey Pablo. I don't know what the
Pete.
fuck.
Oh, all right. Okay. All right.
I don't like. Who cares? Who fucking cares?
All right. Okay. All right. All
He
right.
giving Donald Trump hand jobs in the bed. Didn't he have fucking Donald Trump naked in the bed in that fucking video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta see this niggas. I gotta hear Donald Trump sleep farts because you want to be a fucking creative artist. Get the fuck out of my face, Kanye.
Yeah. This we all say all this to say never go full Kanye and black men. We it's been a okay. So since you brought it up, are we going to briefly address the Charmander shit briefly?
I mean, can
All right.
it's
So
your show. I'm here. I'm along for the ride, baby.
all right. See, this is why you work, babe.
Mm.
So all right. So I've talked about it on other podcasts, but I not it's happened since we recorded this show. So okay. So briefly, because you know the Charmander said what he said, and it was some gaslighting, trolling shit as he usually does, because he doesn't give a fuck about black women. It's well documented. But so I listened to the Breakfast Club interview he had today with Jamela and Amber, and um
I
go ahead.
Oh no, I haven't gotten a chance to listen to it yet. I have to actually work at my job now, so like my
Damn.
headphones are a done deal, and I literally came home from work and then showered and got on here with you. So I haven't gotten a chance to do anything. Y'all, I be working. Write that down. Beauty
Write that
Jack
down.
be working. I know I look like I'm about these jokes. I'm a hustling ass bitch. So yeah. So I haven't gotten a chance to
You're a
I
hustler,
haven't gotten a chance to hear it
baby.
yet. Man, I've been working like a motherfucker.
Just want you to
2017 is
know.
gonna be 2017 is gonna be very dope if you enjoy seeing me write, and that's all I want to say right now.
Hey, it's lit. We shall be on the lookout. You know
It's fucking lit.
you know where you got your support. You know it.
It is fucking lit.
You
It is
already
indeed
know.
lit.
It
And
is.
I'm excited for how excited some of you guys are gonna be. That's all I'm
It's
gonna
gonna be
say.
lit. But so I won't. You haven't listened to it, so I won't spoil it for you. And I'm just go. I didn't want.
Well, I will say I'm glad. I'm sorry. I'm
No, it's fine.
cutting you off.
Go ahead.
No, I am glad because one of the issues that people, we take issue with, there's always, I want to hear this side, I want to hear their side. And it's like, okay, there are all these Black women whose voices you have ignored. There are all these people of color whose voices that you have completely ignored. And it was, so I'm glad that he had someone visible, someone that presumably, if I know anything about Jamila, would call him out on his shit. And
Yeah, because they actually have a report on
so
a relationship,
yeah,
which
yeah.
brings me to what I was gonna say. Like, because I, you know, people can feel how they feel. You're not obligated to like anybody. Whatever, whatever. Okay, fine. Um, I happen to like Jamila. And I understand why she did it. Because what Mia just said, like, there's always that, because it's decided. It's like, okay, why would you go on there? You know what Charlamagne's about. You know it was some gaslight shit, which it was. You know
Hmm.
how he doesn't respect Black women, doesn't acknowledge, all that bad stuff. Why entertain him? I get that. I actually agree with that. I get it. On the other hand, I also get why she went on there, why she did the interview, and why she brought Amber on, who I didn't know, who I've learned about thanks to her and thanks to listening to the interview today. Someone who I'm going to learn more about now that I've been exposed to her. I also get
Hmm.
why it's necessary. Like, look, I get it. Like the same way, like I said about Kanye. Like, look, I'm me myself personally. I ain't about to have a conversation with a motherfucker that don't respect my humanity. That I just ain't that kind of nigga. But
Well, the
some.
thing,
Oh, go ahead.
uh, well, the thing about it is on both cases, and we could, look at this from the Charlemagne, whether it's a Charlemagne show, whether it's meeting with Donald Trump. While we see that Kanye West is a clown, while we see that,
Mm-hmm.
Ray Lewis is a fucking hypocrite,
Mm-hmm.
and while we don't know what the fuck we see with Jim Brown, um, there's a value in meeting with the president of your nation. There is. There really is. Whether we, like it or not, I think it's the who so much more than the why, why or the what.
Right. Which
Um,
does matter.
in the case with going on Charlemagne's show, part of the discussion that was had that day was these places with opposing views will not do the same thing for Black women. And we think of, dissenting Black women. We think of like Fox News and like those kind of hardcore. They're
Right.
not trying to have those people, have these women over, these people over and hear them out with rationality and, oh well, at least that's a valid point. No, if you are on that show with those views, you're going to be fucking eviscerated, and more times than not they're not going to give you a voice at all. They're just going to take some canned clips of your speech and then put it out there and put their spin on it. So going on shows where maybe there is some bullshit, there's still a value in that. um Anybody who says that, there are people who are going to complain and critique anything, and you just got to accept that. And when you're
Yeah.
when you have any type of visibility, that's just really one of the first things that you have to learn to accept. It does not fucking matter what you do. There is somebody that's going to have some shit to say about it, and you just got to suck that shit up.
Right.
And maybe cuss about and talk about their mamas, but mostly suck that shit up.
Right. Because like I'm on the, I'm like I said, I'm on the side of not giving those motherfuckers the time of day, but at the same time, I understand why she did it, and it was the only thing. Because for me, it felt for this is what it felt like. For me, it felt like and this is actually sad, and I know, not everybody feels this way, but this is actually sad. If anything, it felt, again, I don't have faith in Charlemagne, obviously. I think he's a fucking terrible human being. I think he's a troll that profits off trolling black women while at the same time ignoring the voices of black women, because he could have been educated. You know what I mean? Like this, like I said, what he said, there was gaslight shit because he knows better. And even if he didn't know better, like it's still like this is what he does. With
I
that
mean, we're not gonna
said,
act like he shuts down. Like he's acting like these people don't exist when he's, I'm sure, shut many of them down before. So
right, like what he did, it was an accident. But at the same time, listening to that interview, and I think going back to why I understand why Jamila did it and why Amber did it. He and for once it was actually the first time that Angela Yee actually got a chance to speak. He did seem receptive. Now with that said, the person that it's bad when you make Charlemagne look like the sensible one, because out of the two, Envy was definitely more Charlemagne than Charlemagne is usually Charlemagne from this interview. And I know people, can have different opinions, and that's fine, and I respect that and all that. But DJ Envy was far more obtuse, in my opinion, than Charlemagne. And my hope is that, because, and I said this before, I say it again, ultimately it's not so much as Charlemagne, but it's the fact that the nigga got a platform. Now he rarely, if ever, uses it for good, but the nigga got a platform. And for a lot of dudes, because when he said what he said the first time, a lot of dudes were saying, well, since when does Charlemagne represent black men? When it's like, he does. He may not represent you individually, but the nigga got a platform. He represents somebody. Might not represent you individually, but the nigga represents somebody. You don't get that platform that way when you don't speak for somebody. Again, may not be you individually, but the nigga has the range. May use it for evil, but the nigga got the range somewhere. So it's important that, and he actually said this on the interview, Jamel actually said it on the interview, he has a voice to reach young people, young impressionable people. Because let's keep it a buck. Most of us, if not are as old as him, we close to it. Like we don't give a fuck about what that nigga saying, but the younger generation listens to him. The younger generation does. The younger generation that can be impressionable, and if they hear, because people hate to admit it, but what you say, especially when you have these platforms, matter. That's why you have to be on your P's and Q's, and when you get this visibility and you get a larger audience, sometimes the shit you say you have to change up, because you can't be out here being a Twitter nigga if you actually give a damn and you have these platforms and the shit you say holds more weight than when you was just, Joe Schmuck on the block. You know what I mean? So with him saying all this shit, that can be impressionable, and it's especially important in black men, young black men coming up, because again, black men, straight black men, a lot of times we are the white people of black people. It happened.
Rod, be dropping them gems.
Rod
Oh
be
my
dropping.
goodness.
Rod, Mella, be dropping them
That's right,
gems.
because Mella said it
Yeah,
too. That's
Mella
right. I
said it
think
too.
Mella said it first, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Mella said it first, then Rod.
He did.
But and
That's right.
they,
She said it first, but because let me tell you something. The funny thing about that was he said
I
it.
already know where you're going.
I retweeted it, and I got a whole lot more shit, or I got even as much shit as he did for it. Mella, when she said it, eviscerated. Eviscerated. I mean, they camped out. So I mean, and really, they proved the point. They absolutely proved.
Niggas always prove the point. Like my nigga, the other day, and I really don't give a fuck, even because I know some people that fuck with me, that fuck with these kind of niggas or follow these kind of niggas. I don't give a fuck. Like, hey, check your boy. That's all I got to say. I saw a nigga the other day comparing black feminism and black feminists to the fucking KKK. These y'all boys, and I tweeted this, like, these people boys, these y'all boys that y'all don't check on this shit because you either want to play both sides of, you know, where we need to support feminism and black women, but not all black men, or you like just don't care outright. You know what I mean? Like, these y'all boys, these are your boys that you don't check on this shit. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know, and hey, if Hit Dogs Holler, y'all know what my ad is. I really don't give a fuck at this point. These y'all boys, y'all don't check because you like what they tweet about sports, or they tweet a funny joke or whatever, and they out here comparing black feminists, people that fucking people that started the very movement that Tamala Wren compared to the KKK. These y'all boys comparing feminists that saying, hey, don't be homophobic. Hey, don't be sexist. Hey, try not to be problematic. They comparing.
Hey, maybe
them,
don't rape people.
right? Maybe don't commit sexual assault. Hey, maybe don't street harass. These are people y'all
Yeah.
boys comparing to the KKK. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
again, going back to how they're the white people, black people. This isn't any really. This isn't different than how the term feminazi. Like, really, feminism compared to Nazism. So it's always from men. It's always, or at least inspired and coined by men, always
Right.
compared to this gross fascist silencing of people. It's like, no, nothing happens to you when you say something that is definitely sexual assault, and I say, hey, that's sexual assault. You live to fight another day. You know, you can walk on. When I call you out on the things that you do or the things that you say, nobody kicks your fucking door in. If you call me a fat black bitch tonight, there is not a motherfucking thing that's going to happen to you. So what I say when I call you out on your shit, it's not fascism. It's not oppressing you. Discussing
Right.
you oppressing me is not oppressive to you. You might not like it because you want to believe that you're a certain type of person. You're a good person. It might make you feel a way, but you're not oppressed.
Mm-hmm. Like, nobody wants to be seen as ugly. Look, the theme here
If
is.
I if I say if I say, hey, Charles makes 20% more than I do, and I acknowledge that this is because of sexism or whatever, I'm equally qualified as Charles. There's no reason I should be making 20% less than he does. You know what Charles's job is not going to do? Walk up to him and say, hey, this girl said that she makes less than you, so we're going to cut your salary down to hers. That's not going to fucking happen. So your ass is not a fucking pressed.
Like, it's just this perception that, because, you know, and a lot of times, you know, the not all men crowd, you know, they attribute it to, you know, well, you just choose the wrong ones, and, you know, this blah 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 and this that and the third. Like, it's so reductive to like limit what black women are saying, for the most part in general, that hey, black men, could y'all not use the same oppressive systems that white people and white men use on y'all again on us? You know, you
So
usually it's so reductive to you, like, and it's so ignorant and reductive to reduce it to like, oh, y'all just choose the wrong ones. Because like Mel just said, you have wage inequalities. You have the unfortunately the, in domestic violence, us being either number one or number two cause of death in black women. Like, you have
so
street harassment, you have sexual assault, like, you have all these factors, and it's so just, you show you don't care when you just reduce it to, you know, where you just mad because you choose the wrong ones. It is
well,
so reductive.
let's talk about choosing the right man. Let's talk about that for a second.
The floor is
So
yours.
when we talk about choosing the right man, and then we look at the fact that, what is it? Over 50% of hetero marriages end in divorce. A large percentage of that is because of marital infidelity. So let's put that on the side, right? Let's add to that one of the swiftest growing occurrences of HIV is among Black heterosexual women received through their partners. So let's put those guys over in a pile. Let's also add that only about 20% of sexual assaults are reported. So we only know a fraction of sexual assaults reported by men. So we put those guys in a pile. We put all that fucking shit in the pile. Then we add the motherfuckers who see all this shit and don't say shit about it. And I need you to tell me where all these right men are, because it seems like all of y'all are in the other motherfucking bowl. So we have to determine, you have to actually be very real about what manhood means right now. What kind of dude you want to be. Because it's not just about picking the right man when the vast majority of y'all are that way or fall into one of those categories.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's very, very rare that you're going to find a dude that owns up to the shit fully, and I mean fully invested in owning up to the shit and acknowledge what it is and completely ignore his privilege. It's just not, that's not how we're wired as humans. When we have a privilege, there's always going to be a blinder. And when you don't want to acknowledge that privilege, you're never going to have the same conversation. And you're never going to be coming from a genuine place.
And you're never gonna grow. That's why and I won't bring up the young man's name, but the young man on Twitter that's getting in so much shit recently. Which I would just say this. When it's your time on the TL, it's your time. That's all I'm gonna say, cause woohoo shit.
I really
We'll talk about that off air, man. We'll talk about that off air.
Yeah, I really try not to
we'll talk about that off air.
Specifically, in that type of situation, especially like that. That ain't me. I just walk
when
away
it's your time. When it's
Yeah.
your time, it's your time. We'll talk about that off air. But
we have yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that afterwards. Because but before we get out of here, there's something that is very prevalent in the Black community right now that deserves our undivided attention and our importance on this matter, and that is what the hell is wrong with Cam Newton in these goddamn outfits?
He goals as fuck. That's what's wrong. He is goals like a motherfucker. He just happens to be goals for women between the ages of 38 and 52.
Look,
let me tell you something. Cam Newton has inspired 5 of my casual Friday dream outfits, okay? I really want to walk, and I will go out. If I had Cam Newton's wardrobe, I'd be at every motherfucking PTA meeting they can make. I'd be at PTA meetings for other schools if I could dress like Cam Newton. Are you crazy? Goals as fuck. Ain't a damn thing wrong with Cameron. Let me in that closet, babe. I got a sewing machine. I'll see what I can make pop.
Kale, look, it's gotten to the point where I actually am. Obviously, I don't give a shit about the Panthers, but I'm looking forward to when they play just so I can see what Cam has worn. It's gotten to that point where
Cam Newton steal clothes from Nova on Queen Sugar. Look carefully. You'll see it.
Cam really dresses that.
That's really my wardrobe goals. Like this cross between Cam Newton, Nova on Sugar, and Joan from Mad Men. That's I want that to be my aesthetic. That's what I need.
You know what? The thing about Cam is the stuff individually that he puts together ain't bad. But when he throw it all together, he looks like
it's also he always, and then it's he has it's borderline. I just feel like Cam walks back into the mirror 5 times. He's close, and then he puts on just something completely obnoxious and absurd. And he's like, yes, ridiculous. Let's go.
Whenever in a sitcom, right, and you have the kind of attractive but dorky girl, and like she gets a makeover, and like they um someone that's stylish goes in the closet and they pick out shit for her, and it's just a random collage of her with different outfits on. Cam looks like
Mhm.
just somebody, a collage of that, and somebody just threw it out and just came out with what the fuck. Like he looks.
I am 100% certain that every time Cam Newton gets dressed, he has Patti LaBelle's New Attitude playing in the background.
All right, okay, all right, man. Okay, I can't find a lot though. Like he really do, Cam really do be dressing like a retired Zeta that do church nowadays. Like it is like it never fails. Like I'm always at this point on certain cameras always gonna give us one. You know what I mean? Like he always like he it's at this point where I'm like he's never gonna disappoint. That I'm never not gonna be like Cam, what the fuck? But then at the same time be respecting it in a like I would never wear that shit, but I'll be damn some kind of way you pull it off. Some kind of way you pull it
Hmm.
off. Like he be dressing like like if like Cam dresses like a seasonal character on Insecure. Like Issa, like
Cam,
he, he he dresses like Issa's cousin that just flew in, and she don't really fuck with Lawrence all the way like that. Like that's Cam.
I think he clicks his heels 3 times and says "Black girl magic" when he picks out
Uh,
his clothes. I do.
he Cam really is dressed like like
He's dressed
Mel.
like all your favorite aunties.
Cam is dressed like Black out there on Tumblr, not Twitter,
He's
but
dressed
Tumblr.
like the one. He's dressed like the one who used to be a hoe and gave it over to Jesus. He's dressed like the one that got new money. He's dressed like the one that got like real money and she thinks she's better than everybody. He's just all
He
your favorite aunties in one person. He's
Cam
dressed like the
dressed
one who been to jail a couple of times. Yeah, yeah, all those
he
aunties.
he dressed
You know
he
the
dressed like
auntie, your uncle got a buck fitty on his neck. She at the house in an ankle bracelet, but they still together. That one.
he really I think low key I think he's embraced it at this point. Like
Yeah.
he has to. He has
Oh
to. He's
yeah.
like, I'm here to stone on niggas. I'm gonna be a meme. It's gonna be popping. So what? Like it
Like
I,
once you
I
get
would
to a certain point of being made fun of, you got to decide if you're gonna like be
right.
really
You got
tight about it or roll with it. And I mean, people react how they react, but I think his reaction, his response to his wardrobe has been absolutely perfect.
yeah, we just don't need that nigga to go on Instagram with a post. That is what we do not need.
Well, he also needs to just go ahead on and say Black Lives Matter before he literally gets killed on the field because
Right. So the
the
ancestors can forgive
ancestors
him.
the ancestors ain't giving a fuck about Cam right now.
They're looking for revenge.
Mm-mm.
That's that's the ancestors like, bro. Cam been getting hit like that.
Every time his linemen look at in the wrong direction, the ancestors go on a coffee break. Up, top
Uh,
of my.
like Cam offensive line treat him like we treat Don De Laurentiis, and that's a damn shame.
Wait a second. What do we do to Don Delorente? Hold
You know
on.
Don,
That's
you know Don is the annoying
that.
cousin of the network. We
Oh
love
my
him, but you know he the
goodness.
annoying. You know he the
Let
annoying
me tell
cousin
you
of the network.
something. Let me tell y'all something. I could talk about Don Delorente. Y'all can't.
We what? Wait a minute. What
Y'all
new rules
can't.
is this? We've been talking
This is
about
new
Don.
rules. I didn't know y'all was talking about Don. I'm the only one who could give Don a hard time because I do enough. If y'all in on it too, he gonna quit.
If he ain't
I
quit by
don't want to
now,
lose
he
that
ain't
nigga
gonna
to
quit.
ESPN. Leave him alone.
Jesus Don.
Leave Don alone. Shit.
Hashtag protect Don at all costs.
Let me tell you. Listen, Don be grinding for this goddamn network, but I don't want to stop fucking with him. So y'all gotta stop.
Hey, shout out to Don
Y'all
though. He
gotta
really do.
stop.
We really do. Look, all I care about is beating that nigga in our fantasy football league. That's really all I care about.
I mean, you gotta rely on that because you sure the fuck ain't gonna beat me.
Listen, well, on it, we ain't even in your league this year. I don't think. Well,
Oh,
Dan handle all that shit, so I don't know.
mm,
Dan do all that.
mm,
He don't be telling me nothing. I assume we doing bad because he sure ain't saying nothing. So
mm. I can't remember. Okay, so I thought I cleared this up last season. I don't do anything with the fantasy football team. I kind of might tell Jamal, "Oh, I think we should, draft blah 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 blah," and then he does it, and then we start winning. But I like my contribution to that is so little. However, I will reap all the glory and rub it all up in your faces.
So basically, how me and Dan handle ours, because I'll be like, maybe him, and that's all that's my contribution, and he handled all the rest. So
Yeah,
uh,
Jamal is here for the actual like logistics and execution. I'm here for the bullshit.
right.
I'm here for the bullshit and the trash
So
talk because Jamal Classic is nice. He ain't gonna trash talk you too hard. I'm going to go there.
yes, because you are a horrible, wonderful human being.
That's why we're a tweet. That's why we're a team.
That is correct.
I'm the
That is
one. Yeah, Classic and
that's
I are like the angel and the devil on your shoulder.
that that is true. That's true. Um, with me and you, it's like the devil and the devil. So one of them has a jar of Parmesan and a straw hat.
And a Rosetta Stone translation Bible.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right.
I haven't called you country the whole episode. I had to get it out.
You're right. You're right. You're right. So we I think we had this has been a good episode. I think we covered a lot of topics. I think we have I think we had a great interview with he who was Kirk Cousins. I think we we addressed the fact that since last Monday the hotels has been in my mentions over this Ankh shit. Um I think we addressed the head assery that is Kanye and them, and I think we addressed that Cam Newton is the auntie-centric that your favorite auntie probably aspires to be. I think this has
Yeah,
been a good show.
yeah, I think so. I agree. And you had me,
Uh,
and that is always a great thing.
that is always a great thing. So, any trust announcements? My beauty ninja. That's gonna be the
I
title
don't
of the
think
show, by the way. Beauty ninja.
Beauty Ninja. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. And they can use my banner page because I got my Hattori Hanzo sword in it. I mean,
Hey, lady.
my header picture. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
this is my
Classic,
wish.
classic. You heard her.
Make it so.
Leave me.
Um, no church announcements yet, other than to tell you that there will be a lot of church announcements at the end of the year.
It's lit.
Big things are gone. That's my terrible Jamaican.
I mean, it can't be no worse than Gordon's New
It's
Orleans
better
accent.
than
So
Gordon's New Orleans accent. Yes, yes, it is. But it's
nothing,
pretty
nothing,
terrible.
nothing is worse than Gordon's New Orleans accent. Nothing.
It's the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
Yeah, yeah.
Even,
There's literally nothing worse
the
than
only
that.
thing that can come close is if like Terrence Howard / The Weeknd did a New Orleans accent. Like
A Yoko Ono orgasm sounds better than Gordon's New Orleans accent. Okay.
uh, all right. On that note, this has been Crown the Collars episode 101 on behalf of me and my co-host Daniel. Thank you all for listening. Find us on the CSPN. Shop all of our wonderful sponsors. So you can keep our show free. So you won't have to listen to me and surround sound like a plate of fatback. Find us wherever you find great podcasts. Rate us, love us, share us, tell your auntie and your uncle. Um,
Can I correct something?
yes, you may.
Y'all don't really, I wouldn't say you sound like a plate of fatback. It's more like a cast iron skillet of fatback, or maybe a wash tub. Just wanted to add that part.
I see no lies. I see no lies. I see no lies. Church announcements for me. None really. Um, yeah, none really. Like, still, I'll put my wish list out for my apartment. The closer I get to the move date. I also for New Year's, I am planning something special for the missus. If you would like to be a part of it and I fucks with you, shoot me a DM or text me or whatever. And other than that, that's about it. Support the CSPN, support all our wonderful shows, and especially this show. I have been Jeremy, aka Issa Durag. We have been joined by the lovely Melanie Beauty Jackson, aka Workbait, aka Beauty Ninja, and we out.